Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dan from the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel, and I am here today to talk to you all things NXT. That's right, guys. I am here to lay the SmackDan on this week's edition of NXT, coming off of, well, I guess a bit of a strange episode of Raw, really, because obviously we saw the NXT champion debut on Monday Night Raw. But I guess the big question was what was going to happen when he returned to his home, essentially, of NXT. Well, if you'd watched the show last week, you would know that Samoa Joe was refereeing the main event last week when Karrion Kross choked him out in the cross jacket. Now, remember, Samoa Joe's job as the enforcer on NXT stipulates that he cannot touch the talent. He can't get involved with anything unless he is provoked. So Joe comes out to the ring. He's in just these T-shirts and like sweatpants. He's got his wrist taped up and essentially comes out calling out Karrion Kross. And William Regal had to come out and say to him, look, Joe, it's not worth it. You know, I don't want you to do anything physical. I just want this to be peaceful, blah, blah, blah. And he said to Regal, look, I respect you. I respect everything about you, but I was provoked last week. And so this is like the running theme throughout the show. So I'm going to get to obviously the big part of it in a minute. So bear with me here. But yeah, just basically Regal said to him, basically, you just need to be calm, not attack Karrion Kross. Joe ignores it, essentially, and following the main event, actually stormed down to the ring, demanding Karrion Kross come out. He's then interrupted on the Titantron by Karrion Kross, who's in the parking lot. But he's not just like arriving at the arena. He's standing over a fallen William Regal. So it seems as though the story they're now playing is that Kross is now getting to Joe through attacking Regal. Now, yeah, I don't really buy this because I think Regal would have him quite easily. I think, you know, Regal would just smack him and he'd be done, power to punch and all that. So, yeah, so with Kross obviously disrespecting William Regal now as well as Samoa Joe, what is next, I guess, for Karrion Kross? I mean, obviously losing to Jeff Hardy on the main roster, are they going to bring Jeff up maybe to show the NXT guys how it's done and how you actually beat Karrion Kross? But yeah, who knows? So yeah, we get Diamond Mine lost in a match against Kushida and Bobby Fish. Bobby tapping out Tyler Rust in this one. For me, though, I still need I still need a little while just to see my actual thoughts on this Diamond Mine stable and, you know, what I actually think of it. You know, it's still relatively new at this stage, but yeah, I mean, from what I've seen so far, it's a lot of it's Tyler Rust and Tyler Rust and Roddy Strong doing pretty much everything. So interesting, obviously, to see exactly what's going to go on there. Next, with Aaliyah seemingly moving to the main roster, Jessie Kamea was without her partner, I guess, from the Robert Stone brand. So interestingly, she accompanied Frankie Monet to the ring for her match against JC Jane. Now, this is overshadowed, I guess, by Mandy Rose. So obviously from last week, Mandy Rose was essentially scouting talent in the women's division. So it's unknown, I guess, yet what Mandy's role is going to be. But this time she was literally just laying on the announce table and, again, looking up at the ring, at the talent, and seeing exactly what was happening there. So, yeah, I guess, you know, she's scouting competition. But for me, I think I'd like to see a Mandy Rose versus Frankie Monet feud. Maybe they're going to use the main roster rub of Mandy Rose, and that's how they're going to deliver Frankie's first loss. Hope not. But, yeah, this was another convincing victory for Frankie Monet using the Glam Slam. And yeah, I mean, I'm liking this Frankie Monet character, actually. You know, I can see her, if they are going to push her as a babyface, I can see her possibly being the one to take the belt off of Raquel González. But, you know, we'll get to Raquel in a little bit more later on. But yeah, she was quite dominant tonight, actually. So, touching as well on women, there's also more dissension in the ranks of the Way. So, obviously, Austin Theory's mouth got him in trouble with Kyle O'Reilly. This led to a match between both of them. O'Reilly made him tap. And then when we get backstage, there's they're all basically talking. So, Candice and Indy are saying, look, we lost the tag team titles. Johnny said that, obviously, he lost last week. They're saying to Theory, like, you're like a loose cannon. You're basically going out there, you're mouthing off to people, and then you're losing as well. So I guess that they're just like, what on earth is going on here? But it doesn't seem like any of them really know what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, Austin Theory, in the end, ended up just grabbing his suitcase and walking out. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do there. I mean, obviously, we know Austin Theory was on the main roster for a while. So whether it's just going to be one of those just little interesting like nuances that's going to play out within the realms of NXT, or whether it is going to be that Austin is moving up. I mean, we've not heard anything, but yeah, it does seem like obviously there is some dissension there. And, you know, what is next for the Way? I have no idea. I'd like to see the women obviously get the titles back. I'd like to see Johnny become the champion. Obviously, somebody has to be carrying cross for that title. Is it going to be Joe? Or is it going to be everybody's favorite, Johnny Gargano? Who knows? But talking of championships, it seems like we have got a North American Championship match set up for Takeover 36, which is the night after SummerSlam. So 22nd of August. Obviously, SummerSlam this year is on a Saturday. So this is going to take place on the Sunday, seemingly. So Santos Escobar came out to the ring with Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. They basically pitched it as like a mariachi march or something to do with mariachi. There's literally one guitar in the ring, so you know somebody's getting that guitar smashed over them. And Legado del Fantasma tried to use this when Hit Row came down. So obviously all 4 members of Hit Row were there, and it went back and forth. Obviously the Mexican guys are trying to do their mariachi stuff, and then Hit Row did some rapping. Ended up that Joaquin Wilde got a guitar smashed over his back by Isaiah Swerve Scott. Are we leading to Swerve versus Santos at Takeover 36? Probably. So yeah, also earlier in the show, we saw like an earlier today thing with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes arriving at the CWC. So LA Knight instructed Cameron Grimes here to get his bag from the boot, which they do. There are multiple bags. Drake Maverick comes over to help. But this just infuriates LA Knight, and he gets really arsey with Drake Maverick, challenges him to a match. They have a match, which Drake ends up winning. Basically, so just for a bit of context here, so LA Knight kept saying to Cameron Grimes, you need to be holding the belt up. So he's holding the belt up. Then LA Knight leant out of the ring to say something to Cameron Grimes. So Drake Maverick then drop kicks him, goes headfirst into the belt. Maverick rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Drake Maverick has pinned the $1 million champion. And so, yeah, following the match, though, LA Knight attacked Drake Maverick, instructed Cameron Grimes to do the same. Grimes is like, look, no, it's not, you know, you've won the match. What more do you want? He's like, no, I want you to finish this. And so Grimes literally hits him, but he's like, oh, like, doesn't want to do it. Eventually he did, but yeah, I mean, I could probably see them eking this out until Takeover, maybe doing another like LA Knight Cameron Grimes match where it's like if Grimes wins, then he doesn't have to be the butler anymore. You know, maybe he wins the title. Yeah, I get there's numerous ways they can go here. So yeah, then we get on to the main event. Now, to be fair, this was a very good match, hard hitting, and just a dominant performance from Raquel González. But it was somewhat overshadowed by what looked like an injury to Xia Li. Now, we've not heard anything about her condition, about whether it was just a work or whether it was like something quite serious. But following like a moonsault off the ropes, Raquel González's entire body landed on the sternum of Xia Li. Immediately, like the referee went over to her, medical personnel were there. They seemed like they were in two minds as well whether to stop the match. And like Raquel seemed a bit confused. She was in the corner, still talking trash, but I guess nobody seemed to know what was going on. Eventually, though, Xia was given the all clear. And then they basically said, right, okay, go out there. And literally that just led to the finish because it was straight in there. One-handed power slam, 1, 2, 3. Raquel González wins, exerting her dominance over the NXT women's division. Now, much like the men's division, it's very hard to actually know who is going to take this women's championship off of Raquel González because, mate, she is so dominant at the moment. You know, people say about like, you know, Charlotte Flair over on Raw, you know, how she can be sometimes, but Raquel is just different levels to that. You know, I think Raquel would fit in so well over on the main roster, but then you don't want to see it because NXT, she's probably the biggest girl there, like height-wise. She looks like she's really dominating. I mean, Jessie Kamea's quite tall as well. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know who I'd like to see actually take the title off of her because I think possibly Frankie Monet could be the one that's in line to do that. But, yeah, I have no idea. But, yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything. You know, it's quite a short episode this week for me. So, you know, unless there's anything that you guys want to add in the comments, you know, I'm going to get on out of here. But yeah, so thank you for joining us. Don't forget, I'm going to be back on Saturday where I'm going to be reviewing SmackDown. And John Cena is going to be back. What next for Big E? And the big dog, I'm guessing, is going to address the John Cena thing from Money in the Bank. But yeah, that is everything from me, guys. But take care. See you soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Take care. Bye for now.